Both Pamplona and Tuscaloosa are fairly small cities in terms of area. Tuscaloosa ends up being a lot larger due to the fact it is a large county and has a lot of urban sprawl. Although, even when you take into account the University of Alabama, Pamplona still has a much higher population, even though it has a very much smaller area. Both cities are organized well enough so as to not need a car if you don't want to have one. This is especially true when speaking about the university in Tuscaloosa. Pamplona, being the smaller city it is much easier to walk or bike around. While a lot of people walk and bike, there are still a lot of cars in the city. People may not drive them all the time, but they still have them for long trips outside of the city or when they need to get somewhere fast. The only time our group has really used a car here in Pamplona was when we needed to get a taxi from the train station to our host family's apartment building.
There is also the very nice bus system here in Pamplona. It has many different routes going to all neighborhoods and has stops throughout the city. There are usually more than one bus running a route at a time, so there is usually a lot of people on buses during its busy times. In Tuscaloosa, or more specifically the university, many people walk everywhere or take the university buses. But even with that nice service, it is still difficult to get some other parts of the city. Most people have cars in Tuscaloosa, just as a convenience or when they can't rely on one of the buses and can't walk to where they're trying to go.
In terms of sustainability, the fact that there are a lot of people who would rather walk, bike, or take the bus helps quite a bit. While people do have cars, they don't use them as much as they could. This leads to less oil usage and less contaminants being put into the air. If you look at some data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, it says that petroleum and other liquid fuels produce the highest amount of carbon dioxide by about 900 million metric tons over the next highest producer. So the more people who don't drive, the better. We talked to some of our friends and our homestay family and asked them about whether they would take a car, walk, whatever. And people have said that they would rather walk or take a bus, bike, and that really helps.